Haaland now holds the record for the quickest player to score 50 goals in Champions League. I think 50 goals in 42 or 42 Champions League games. That is ridiculous. What are we going to do about Haaland this season? He already scored, I think, 6 or 7 goals now in 5 games this season already.
The guy is simply a freak. I honestly, nothing can be done about Harland. He is a
Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Briefly, Liverpool Atletico Madrid was a very exciting game. 5 goals scored in that game. Van Dijk coming up with the winning goal last minute of that game, as Liverpool have been doing this season. Liverpool have become a last minute team. A lot of people, some people will say, if you want to be on their side, you will say that's what champions do. But how far can this take Liverpool this season?
It can be looked at in 2 ways. Either I will say, this is what champions do. They never give up.
Champions equals
till the last whistle. Or you say, this is luck that, normally would run out at some point. So, as someone that supports Arsenal and Liverpool opening, my mindset on this is that it will not last. I pray it doesn't last. I pray it doesn't last because the way that it's going, it's almost like every game so far they've won after the 80th minute, scoring after the 80th minute. I don't think that is sustainable. Though it shows again doggedness, and the kind of thing that thing does is that it plays on the minds of the opponents as well, right? If you're winning against them and it hits the 80th minute mark, the 50th minute mark, you feel like, hey, inevitably they're going to score against you if you're not mentally strong, right? And when people get into that zone, that's what Ferguson used to really punish the Premier League. We'll see it happen game after game after game. So, yeah, hopefully, teams are smarter now, teams are fitter, and are able to hold them. But so far, they've beaten the likes of Arsenal with the same, mindset and the same way of playing. So, yeah, I hope it's not sustainable. I don't think it should be sustainable in this dispensation. We'll see how it goes. But so far, so good for them. They've won everything. They are 100% record now in the EPL, and they've just won their first Champions League game.
Man, like if Diego Simeone in Atletico Madrid, yes, he won a couple of trophies for the team, but it looks like the team has reached its limits. They can't really achieve. It looks like they can't achieve anything spectacular anymore under him. Somehow he just comes short. Either you can call it luck, like we mentioned. Sometimes he comes across the biggest or the strongest teams around, and he loses. You know that he gave it a good shot, and he didn't really lose because the team wasn't good enough. But somebody just has to win. What do you make of Atletico Madrid? Should he try something somewhere else, or how did you look at them in that game?
I think he's been there for almost 12 years now. Yeah. As at my last time looking at his stats, yeah, he's done a fantastic job. Coming up against the heavyweights there, he's beating them to the title on 2 occasions. But like everything in life, all good things must come to an end. Me personally, I think it's time for him to either just go take a rest. I don't think he can do more for that team. Whatever direction they're trying to go, he would always come up short. With Liverpool, I was almost impressed with them. I was thinking they could have sneaked with that draw, but in football, like they say, it's not over until it's over. and it was unfortunate for Atleti that they couldn't come away with a draw, but it was also good for football that if you look at the whole game in totality, the best team actually won, which was Liverpool. Do I believe that they're riding on luck? Yes. Do I believe that their time is almost up? Yes. But they're going to enjoy it until the wheels fall off. So I don't see any problem with that. For Simeone, I think he's pushed that team to the best of his abilities. Would they be getting change? Maybe. Who? I don't know. Maybe like a Pellegrini, somebody that can come in with fresh idea, like the engineer. Maybe a Rafa Benitez. I don't know. It's really up to the.
Simone, for me, it looks like he's one coach as good as he has been that has not really evolved. Is this in what you got for him? Like if you mentioned 12 years ago, is what you still get for him to 2025. Any comment before we move on?
That's it. If you look at it in one way, yes. Yes, you could say that he hasn't evolved. But you could say the same thing for the likes of Mourinho. He just has a philosophy and he's been with one club for a long time. Yeah, so it feels like he hasn't evolved. But I think he has evolved. It's just that he's been playing with the same club, using the same way for a very long time, right? So we can only know whether he's evolved or not when he changes and moves to a different club and has different circumstances. We see how it goes, right? He's a defensive coach. Defensive, me against the wall type coach. That's what brings out the best in him. So, I wouldn't want to say that he hasn't evolved. I would say we just haven't had a chance to see him in a different dimension or setting, so we can make that judgment call.
Okay, I hear that. The last day of match week 1 Champions League, we had some exciting a couple of games that really came out today, and I really enjoyed watching both of them at the same time. Was a City at home to Napoli. Kevin De Bruyne coming back to Etihad for the first time since he joined Napoli. Of course, Anthony Conte, was in Chelsea and fought it out with Pep Guardiola as well in England. You have what's his name? 2 other players from former Manchester United players coming back to Etihad to play against City in Harland and McTominay. So that one ended City beating Napoli 2-1. And you have Newcastle hosting Barcelona as well. Another game that I really, really, really wanted to watch because of my boy Rashford. Somehow I just like Rashford as a person. Maybe not really as a player, but I really love to see him thrive, and I was keenly watching him today, and he totally impressed. So let's start with City Napoli. Haaland now holds the record for the quickest player to score 50 goals in Champions League. I think 50 goals in 42 or 42 Champions League games. That is ridiculous. What are we going to do about Haaland this season? He already scored, I think, 6 or 7 goals now in 5 games. This season already.
The guy is simply a freak. I honestly, nothing can be done about Harland. He is a freak of a human being, a freak of a player, a specimen of a forward. It is what it is. Like I would say, let's just do what we can to contain, Harland. He's destroyed all the records and he's still creating more. And so, when you come across generational talents like that, you acknowledge what they are doing and what they've done, give them credit for it. And, that guy is going to keep scoring goals until he decides to stop playing football. It just comes so naturally to him that it's crazy. And so we're looking forward to Sunday. Let's see how the Arsenal defense are able to hold up against
Malagifi, quickly. With what you saw today, should City be seen as one of the favorites in this year's Champions League?
They will always be seen as favorites, always, because when you look at the problem they have, you lot just touched on it. You know, that dude is just fantastic. You know, he's a goal machine. He can, and the good thing about him, what I really like about him is this: he's a player that can fit in any team, in any coach's philosophy, ideology, and he will deliver. I just, I just hope he has a field day. On when are you lot playing them? Saturday or Sunday?
On Sunday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay. All right. It doesn't matter. Miércoles, even if it's in Spanish. I hope he has a field day with you, man. He's on my fantasy. He's on my fantasy. So I
Good
really
luck
want him
to
to
his
do him as
goalless
the
day.
numbers. He's
Chama, there's one player I've been on
I
his case.
pray.
I've been on his case for a little bit now. I know he's one of your boys, one of those players that you and your girls, you guys can't wait to see play football. But it looks like he's beginning to do some of the things I criticize him about, at least being able to look up and have some input onto his game. Doku today,
Hey,
Doku today got a goal. I think he got an assist he got a goal.
Jeremy.
Yeah, and I saw him make some good passes at the end of
Jeremy.
actions, and somehow he got a goal today. What did you make of his performance?
Jeremy. Oh my
I don't know
God.
why ladies love Doku and
Jeremy is a delight in the wings. Okay, yeah, he has a problem with looking up because he just wants to run and cross balls. He just wants to humiliate people's children. Like that is his purpose in life. I can't criticize Doku. I see him as a lot of work. Like he has so much to give. Which game was that I was watching? Man City. Wait, what game was last week? Man City played who last week? It was Premier League. Was
yeah,
it?
they won against Manchester United.
Oh, more. See, I was like this. This was how I was watching that guy. See, oh my days. If you put that guy, well, we don't have space for him in Arsenal at the moment, but if you give me that guy, hell, I use it to destroy Chelsea. Wallahi.
Yeah, man, like if
Nah,
you
for real.
open a channel for you guys will just praise each other.
For real.
Ubum, Ubum, lastly, before we move on to Barca Newcastle, is there anything Conte would have done differently? I mean, his captain got a red card in the first 20 minutes of that game, and it looks like all the plans were thrown out of the window, and he had to and park the bus. I don't know. Could he have?
Yeah, I mean, that was the next best thing to do, to make sure you contain and don't concede so much. Right? You're the Italian champions. You don't want to come and get disgraced by City. And I think he did what normally Conte is very pragmatic in the way he approaches games. So I expected that he would do that, and rightly so. His team still held up though, if not for Doku's beautiful goal. So yeah, you lose the battle, you stay in the war and make sure the next time you do better.
Newcastle 1, Barcelona 2, and sometimes we talk about teams, we talk about players, we talk about coaching, we talk about clubs. Manchester United, everybody seems to leave that team and go and do well. And Hansi Flick has been very adamant on Rashford and brought him to Barcelona. And rumors had it that he almost fought the board if they don't get Rashford registered. And that young man today, I really wanted him to do well. And he didn't just score. You know, sometimes some players just have the chance to score a couple of goals. It looks like they did magic. But he actually played well today. And he scored 2 very beautiful goals. And let me start with you, Choma. Forget about the man, forget about the boy. Let's talk about the game, his contribution. How did you see his performance today?
No, I love the man. I love the man and the game. I love the fact that he went through that loan. He was washed out in United anyway. Went through that loan, went to, Flick. At first, I was so pissed at the choice of the jerseys they wore because I thought it was too colorful. They weren't serious. See that game, eh? You see that game? That game was a complete waste of my time. You know why? I wasn't even sitting down to cheer on Barca like that. I wanted to watch Newcastle because I've always been trying to check something. Newcastle is a mess.
I was going to
See,
ask a question about them.
you can't have that too many giants in a team and they don't use their brains. Wallahi, see, Barcelona should have killed this game. If Lamine was there, it would have been 6 goals. Because Newcastle, they were not ready to score all the chances they got from everybody. Joelinton was playing like, I don't know where he kept his legs. Sometimes I doubt that guy's... Is he really Brazil? Is he from Brazil?
It is. Brazil is in the national team, actually.
Come on, I don't believe it. Sometimes I wonder what was wrong with that team. I was unstable for a while. I could excuse them because I don't know why you think you can come to Champions League is not a joke, and we can't even make excuses for them and say that they haven't come. Sure, they were there last season. They were there last season.
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
They came again, so they have experience. Like, okay, they will want to tell us that they don't have Isaac. Okay, you don't have Isaac. All those giants that you're buying, even that one that was eating banana, why didn't you start with him?
Choma, I get your point.
Why?
Let me ask Ify.
Why?
If you quickly, no Isaac, no Newcastle. Yes, but another thing too is sometimes, we fans, we criticize coaches when they approach games certain type of way. Do you think Newcastle should have respected Barcelona a little bit more and maybe try to stay compact, try to avoid defeat? The happy player that can go forward and do things, people like Elanga could hit Barcelona on a counter. Barcelona don't have a very strong defense. But really being open in that game, did he undo Newcastle in any way? And what's the impact of not having Isaac?
Well, I can't believe I'm about to say these words, that I can actually agree with Chioma on this platform. I can't. I can't be.
Reggie, ring a bell for me. Ring a bell.
I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one for days like this.
I can't believe that. It was sometimes some of these coaches, I think they're on speed or crack or they drink. Like, why would you sign a player 80 million euros or whatever? You're playing Barcelona and you keep him on the bench until the 75th minute. Like, I don't understand. What in what world make sense to anybody? Now, look at it this way. You have Gordon on the left. Yeah. You have Elanga on the right. Why is that dude that is 6'7" not starting in that game?
I knew it. I knew that guy was 6'7".
He actually started Gordon.
That dude is.
He started Gordon in the middle. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. Why? Look at, and let's be honest. Barcelona's backline is not all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have Elanga.
They don't got it.
Elanga has
in fact, the back five in back, it's not all that. So I don't even know, man. Like I watched that game. I was so disappointed in the coach. I was like, a coach like Eddie Howe with that kind of vast experience will make that. Those are mistakes Choma will be making as a coach.
Can you imagine? I don't catch bullet too. I don't catch bullet. I think Reggie, how is your guy now? Eddie, you like Eddie Howe now? It's Reggie that you're talking to.
Like,
he's Reggie's guy.
You have Ugum is the member.
You have no, but hear this. You have a 6'7" striker. You have fast-paced wingers in Gordon and Elanga. On the bench. You have Willox and that other one. You have Bruno in the middle. Yeah, you have Joelinton. And that's Longstaff or whoever. And Tonali in the middle.
Tonali today was a disappointment to me, and everybody that said let's buy that guy.
Yeah, no. What happened to Newcastle, in my own opinion, was they wanted to go to play against Barcelona toe to toe, and Barcelona opened them up really bad. At some point, Trippier couldn't catch up with Rashford. In fact, he gave up.
No, but we can't even take it away from Rashford. Those 2 goals, he took his chances well.
Exactly.
The second one was a screener.
On Trippier, Trippier
Yes.
for ground. Say,
Trippier was tripping.
He ran into the ground. Okay, guys. But if you have time tomorrow, maybe we'll do the preview for weekend games. Or so it's been a good. I know it's late in Nigeria.
Tomorrow might be
bed.
Tomorrow might be hard.
It was a very good start of Champions League this season. Match day 1 of goals scored, games won. We know it's 8 games in the group stages for every team. 1 is gone now, 7 more. Teams need to have the points on the bag. Last season it was very, very difficult for teams like Man City and Real Madrid because they didn't start off well. So if the first 2-3 games you don't catch your rhythm, it's going to be difficult because. And the problem is that you're not playing against the teams in your group. You're playing against the entire Champions League. So you might think, but the people in the other groups are doing well. It pushes you down. Okay, guys, thank you so much. It's always nice having fun with you guys talking about football.
Karabag is in Champions League. Karabag.
Yeah, they won their first game too. They have 3 points in the bag. Jesse has 1. So what do you?
Chelsea
so see you guys again. I will move. Ciao. Have a good night. Man, like if you chama anytime, any day. Bye.